Hey everyone, my name is Colton Munson and I am the director of Dolls and Dolls 2. So, my inspiration with this is number one, a series that I made way back. I did a found footage series called Dolls. It was a found footage series about me basically going to an antique shop and I assault the dolls because how creepy they are, but then later they come to haunt me. This was one of the videos that was terminated from my other QDEV2 account. So, yeah. But also, my second inspiration is basically, of course, my silent films. You see, way back, I actually did a couple of silent films. I did one called Awakening of the Beast that was basically inspiration of that, but also in that side of film, it was also inspiration with the Coffin Joe series because that was my character, kind of. And it was actually a really fun video. But then I made a second one. I forgot what it was called, but I remember it was about some faceless guy wearing, I think, all like a cape and stuff, and literally basically killed Black Yoshi in them. It was a really fun stuff. For the course, like the other doll series, that's also one of the termination videos. So of course I combined those inspirations together and make this thing I actually did. And yeah, so it was so those are my inspirations. Now the making of the first one was really actually fun to make. It was really fun to make. And of course this is the room that I actually did the first one. And of course a little bit of it in the second one. Now, if anyone are basically asking about the dolls in this, these dolls and these dolls, um, these dolls are actually my grandparents. Yeah, these dolls, my Mima, she actually collects Barbie dolls back in the day. And of course, I used a couple of them that are basically on package, and that, of course, is this one right here, the one that literally basically attacked me first, and of course the Ken doll, and of course these dolls. Now, crazily, originally these two dolls were actually was going to attack me in it, but I made a boo boo because you see, basically our shirt right here. Apparently, the flower was attached to it. Back then, I thought it was the hole, there was like a hole in it, but then I found out that it was glued. It was glued. It was literally glued. And I was like, oh shoot, what should I do? So I literally basically I actually was trying to put it in her hand. This hand is loose, like her right hand, but her left hand it's the tighter. So yeah, so fun stuff. And if you're totally asking about these were McDonald's action figures that I actually collect back in the day. And what I did back then when I was a kid, I always put them in the closet, like this closet, and I said, "Oh, it's the monsters in the closet! It's the monsters in the closet!" Like, of course, this is basically like these right here are from, of course, from Monsters Inc. And of course, that right there is from Monster vs. Alien. That's the missing link, voiced by Will Arnett. So yeah, those were the dolls that I actually used. And oh my god, get it off! Gotcha, guys, gotcha. So yeah, doing the stunts with these dolls, especially this one right here, the one that attacked me first. It was actually a challenge, but yeah, it was actually a lot of fun doing. I think the hardest, if you want to say hard, is the part when the Ken doll was trying to bite me in the neck. Frick. Also, Blue Sheep, I'm gonna have to say this, but no. these evil dolls are not vampires. Yes, Siri, it's true. They were attacking me by the neck, but they're not vampires. They're not really vampires. Now, one of my favorite parts about the doll series is even though they were actually meant to be scary, they actually did actually had some comedy relief. Like when you see me struggling with stuff with I make some funny faces and all that stuff, and not just at the part where the part where I actually keep hitting the Barbie with the stick right here, this little thing right here. And in fact, that scene where I was hitting her with the stick, that was an inspiration of a Cinemassacre video called The Head Incident. It was the scene where they were basically being attacked by the dummy head, and the stoner character was actually hitting it with a hammer. Now let's talk about the music I used. So the beginning part was done. I actually used one of those spooky, scary sound effects like you use for like if you're doing haunting tours and stuff. And then later I used like a silent film, scary music um audio that's the only one that I could find on YouTube. It's the only one I could find. And the rest were soundtracks by the from the Slender the Arrival game. And it was really actually really fun, especially how I blended these together, how I like basically faded away at the end and that stuff. Like it was really a really fun it was really fun actually doing basically putting these musics together. So yeah, the first one was really fun to make, and of course that brings us to Dolls 2. Now, Dolls 2 was something. So originally I wanted to make the sequel like a sound movie. Basically, like you're literally hearing my voice and stuff. And a matter of fact, I actually had an alternate opening where it actually flashbacks with the first one, but this time I literally dubbed my voices from the first one. Oh my god, what do you want from me? Oh crap. Oh my god. Yeah, it did not sound as good as I thought. So I was like, you know what? Let's make the second one like the first one. Let's make it a silent film. And it was really challenging. Really challenging. Like the first one was short. Well, same with the second one as well, but this one, like for the first one, it was short and it was really easy to do. Well, except with that little incident I had with that doll right there. And but this one was really a challenge, like really a challenge, because one, how in the world could you actually do a sequel? Like, how can I actually do a sequel to the first one? So first, like one, it takes place right where it left off, basically me running to the other room. But the problem was, I'm not wearing the same shirt. Originally, it was the Godzilla shirt. And originally, I was actually trying to find my Godzilla shirt, but I remembered my sister was wearing it. So I was like, well, dang, I guess I have to keep this shirt on. But yeah, that was one of the difficulties. The second I'm gonna have to say might be the music. I really do not know how in the world could I actually do the music. Like, what music should I use this time? So, so the music I used was, of course, the same spooky tour music I used in the beginning. And especially the beginning, I used that little homage to the first one, wasted with the spinning scene, the part when you just like see them like the camera spinning and stuff. That, by the way, was done, that was edited in reverse. Originally, it was basically how I really did. I basically got closer to the dolls actually, but then I edited it in reverse. Basically reverse. It was really fun. It was really cool, really cool. But not gonna lie, the first one might have been the best. The second one felt a little bit dull. a little, just a little bit dull. Like the first one, in my opinion, was the better, but this one was a little dull, like a lot of dullness. And then the at the opening credit scene and the Winnie the Pooh scene, the beginning parts of it was the soundtrack was from Dr. Caligari. It was another sci film I loved so much. If you never seen it, go check it out. It is incredible. Like it was the first basically horror film ever made. Like it was one of the biggest horror films ever. It's legendary. I recommend you go check it out. It is excellent. Then the part when Winnie the Pooh was attacking me, that was the soundtrack was from a South Korean movie called The Host. That was one of my favorite movies ever. Even when I was a kid, I loved that film as a kid. It was one of my favorite films ever watching on Netflix. It was amazing. I really recommend you check it out. Like it's a monster rampage movie, but it's one of the best ones ever. Cause it's not just about a monster, it's about the characters. Really recommend it. And then the rest was of the soundtrack from the 1998 film Ringu, or known as Ring or The Ring. So yeah, I actually I was listening to the soundtrack and I thought it fitted so perfectly with the Sonic film. Like it fitted so perfect. I was like, perfect. We gotta put it in. Especially because I really love Ringu. I love the J horror stuff because I just love it ever since I was a kid. Like The Ring and The Grudge, they're one of the best horrors ever. Like many people could say, no, The Ring is the best. No, The Grudge is the best. For me, I love both. Both of them, in my opinion, holds a special place in my heart. Both the original and the remix. The remakes are awesome, especially I'm pretty sure people that get introduced to The Ring, I'm pretty sure the remake was the one that they got introduced from. I think another hard part of making Dolls 2 was the ending, because I actually did not know how to end it. Like, I do not know how in the world could I actually end this sequel, and like so far on making it, it was felt like I was taking homages to the first one, because that's what it kind of basically happens. Like, instead of Barbie dolls, this time it's, well, Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, this time it's Winnie the Pooh that's attacking me. And not just that teddy bears and not just that Mr. Crapo, all that stuff. And like I didn't want to make it too much like I do not want to make it like it felt like a remake to the first one. That even though it really wasn't. I was just trying to figure stuff out. It's like, what should I do this? Because I do not have a script. I do not use scripts of making plush videos and other stuff. I do not do scripts. And yeah, basically all the words that basically comes out of my mouth, I literally just thought it in my own brain. Because like Super Mario Logan himself, even he does not use scripts in general. He basically figures out what to say, and before they basically started making that scene, they basically explain basically what you say. Like you say this, you say that, all that stuff. I don't really use scripts, okay? Maybe someday I might totally use scripts, but right now I just basically just don't do scripts. Even when I was a kid, I don't use scripts ever. Yeah, it was really a really hard like film that I think I've actually ever done. Especially when, like I said, I was taking a little bit homages to Dolls, the first Dolls film. And except I didn't want to do it too much because I do not want to make this sequel like a cash grab. Like, do you know those cash grab sequels? Like, man, those cash grab sequels say, like, hey, like, if we actually cannot figure anything out to do a sequel, let's just do it all over again. Like The Exorcist 2. Yeah, that was really a crappy film. But I love it still. It's a guilty pleasure of mine. But yeah, like I really just do not like cash grabs ever. So that's why I actually gave it a little choice. Like when the black bear was gonna attack me, the black bear that came out of the closet, you think it's gonna happen just like Ken. Basically, I get attacked, throw him, and I stomp him like in the first one. But no, this time I basically hit him with a bat, bam, and basically keep hitting him so many times. It put the black bear at the back of the closet. And after that, remember, like I said, I did not know how to actually end Dolls 2. That was the moment that I realized, how the flip am I gonna end this movie? And I was like, how about I just do what? How about I just do the rest like the next day? Like basically it'll be like the next day and then boom. But I was like, you know what? No. We're gonna end this day. We're gonna end this day once and for all. We got to end this movie right now. So I was like, you know what? How about we just do a scene in the bathroom? And of course I did. I took Mr. Crappa with me. And originally I was going to stomp him. There was actually a footage of me stomping him, but it's gone because all like the footage I basically had of making it, it's gone. Like it's really gone. The only footage I got making this whole series was the very first one. So yeah, originally I was going to stomp him. Originally have footage of stomping him, but I was like, you know what? No, how about I just throw him? So of course I threw him in the tub, and then after that, I was like, I still couldn't figure out how the freak it ended it. So I basically went to the other room, and of course, I was like, you know what? How about we basically end it with basically me burning the dolls, except it's off screen. And of course I did. I basically had the text explaining what happened, and then boom. Because I was just finished. I just wanted to end this right now. I just wanted to end it. So yeah, so it was a really difficult movie actually made. And I'm actually planning to do a third one. Yeah, and this time I'm actually thinking I'm doing it sound this time. Basically, I'm making it like it's a sound movie. And no, it's not going to be all black and white. I think I'm going to make it like with colors and stuff. But yeah, so it's hopefully it won't be as difficult as the second one. Like, hopefully it will not be as difficult as the second one. So yeah, Dolls 1 and Dolls 2 are classics. The first one's the great. The second one is a classic as well. But like I said, it was one hard son of a gun. But I did it. I freaking did it. I did it. I darn did it. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you guys are new, hit the subscribe button below. This is QEV2, signing out.